Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Psycho Gold. This is Psycho Gold Videos. It's Monday, which means it is time for the first installment of the Monday trifecta of anime that I watch, and that is Dororo. Dororo episode 8 is out, so I will be giving it a watch. Episode 7 actually had some happiness in it, in the form of we got to see the spider lady and the guy that I always want to call Yajirobe, and that's not his name. Those two got to basically run off into the sunset together, and I think it's a safe bet that they're gonna be okay, because she was like stomping the regular opponents. Only Hyakkimaru was actually any kind of a threat for her, so I think those two will be fine. Maybe they'll even come back later in the season, who knows. Either way, we're gonna check out episode 8 right now. Just quickly before we start, if you're somebody that also watches Mob Psycho 100 and you're wondering, you know, you're missing an episode of Mob Psycho. Yes, I do. But as it's now Monday, I've just decided that I'm going to do another double feature when that one's, when I get around to watching this week's episode. So probably tomorrow, you'll get 2 Mob Psychos instead of 1. But Slime and Dororo, I'm obviously caught up with, so it's all good. I'm actually also practically finished watching The Promised Neverland, but I wanted to watch 2 episodes of that, and now I'm going to watch Dororo. So, with that said, let's get on to Dororo. 3, 2, 1, go. I think they're getting flooded. And it's all sepia, so I'm assuming that this is once again back in the past. Because if you ever see sepia in real life, that means you're experiencing the past. Prepare a bride? What? This is obviously some old superstition, I guess. But then, in retrospect, it's pretty supernatural. Anyway, so yeah, look at that blackness, man. Ah, so that means the Forsaken Cloud. Okay. Nope. Apparently that means the party's over, man. Right, time to go. Lonely clouds here. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. Light it up, baby. I'm gonna burn it up, yeah. The story of Saru. Okay, well now we're back into the land of color, and there's Hyakkimaru and Dororo. Ah, it smells like rotten eggs. Whoa, what a lovely aroma. She looks depressed. So does everybody else, for that matter. Maybe that sepia was the past, but not that long ago. Not sure how he's gonna beat a cloud, though. Like, yeah, that's pretty ominous. Oh, I like the paintings. It appears to be nom nom with the peeps. Ah, I thought it was going to be something daft like that. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, that makes no sense. Why would it just take one human as opposed to taking it everybody? Unless, of course, it wants them to openly offer it to her like she's a sacrifice. The monster or the cloud, whatever, thinks it's like a deal, like a trade, similar to what Hyakkimaru's dad did, you know? Now, the thing is Hyakkimaru has just been staring at the cloud this whole time. Where'd the bride go? The fact that she's tied up is kind of like, happy bride. Yeah. Nice work, kids. If he could pull the rope off by that much without any cutting, she could take that off herself. That was like you could practically fit your hand through the gap he made. Is it my imagination, or does he slightly look like his face, when you see it like flat, it almost looks very monkey-like? I do find it interesting though that, again, if she volunteered for the job, why did they bother to bind her? Like, was it in case she changed her mind at the last minute? Which is understandable, but oh. I don't recall being asked to be beamed up, Captain. Oh. Oh! Whoa, it's taken literal chunks out of them. Oh, okay, so there definitely is something in the cloud. Oh dear. He can't distinguish it from the cloud. Damn, this is going to be a very difficult opponent. Oh, it doesn't like the spring though. Wait, is it got a head on both sides of it? Oh, and now it's gone. Like, she pushed him out of the way as well, which makes him even worse. Oh, okay, that explains why he looked like a wild child. He is. Ah, so she was the nice one, which, you know, wasn't surprising, but even so. Ah. So my comment about him looking like a monkey, I get it. Okay. Nope. I'll take it he's being grumpy. Okay, so Dororo has made a friend. And Hyakkimaru is... No, hang on, he's not sulking, is he? He's trying to train himself to use his other senses to figure out where things are. I like the fact that Hyakkimaru went to him to see if they were both alright, though. Oh, and he's given his wolf skin to Dororo, who's also crying. His show does like to get heavy, man. I mean, that kid's lived his life basically on his own, homeless, and then the only person who's ever been nice to him gets killed right in front of him. It looks like an Oni mask, but has just been pushed onto his body, you know? I get the distinct impression, Dororo, that is not going to stop him. Hyakkimaru has a bow. Like, he is so much bigger, like, he can barely fit in the screen now. No, he can't fit in the screen now. Look, he coiled himself up 3 times then, and you still didn't see his tail. Where's dinner? Okay. What did they lace the ground with? Oh, it can make more. Oh, so that's how that's where the cloud comes from. And now I think you just pissed it off. Knew it! That's what Hyakkimaru was doing. He's using his sense of sound to try and figure out where he is now. Does he not know? Oh! Yes, of course. He's using it again for sound, isn't he? Damn. So he worked out by a triangulation that that was the center, so he knew exactly where to hit. That's clever. Oh, he's struggling to get back up, though. Follow the sultry, soothing sound of my voice as I scream in terror as it jumps away. Oh, direct hit, man. Oh, and that got rid of the sun. Oh, no, he flew out of it because he can't see where he's going anymore. Oh! No, you don't want to eat Hyakkimaru. He don't agree with you. Only problem is they're all now many, many miles from the ground and now they're falling. We're using the old water doesn't hurt no matter how high you fall from into it trick. What? This show doesn't do happy endings? She's alive! Well, that was unexpected. He has a nose. Yeah, now you can smell the reality of the situation. Oh, well, it's good that they're going to be living together. He's going to turn into... He said his name. Yeah, there we go. That took a second to register. I think it's because it's the first time you've said your name since he's had his hearing ability back. Oh, that kid. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Dororo episode 8, and that was kind of a cool episode, actually. I really liked that. I like the idea of blind swordsmen in general. One of my favorite films is Blind Fury, and I like Blind Vengeance, and Blindsided, both the original Blindsided and Blindsided the game, which was kind of more of an extension. If you've not seen that, Blindsided the game is on YouTube. Go and check it out. It's made by some fantastic people. Blind person, knows martial arts, does crazy things, and it's so good. But anyway, this episode kind of leaned into a trope I've been waiting for, but it's one that Hyakkimaru can't actually, or couldn't have actually taken advantage of until recently, whereby, you know, if you've lost one sense, allegedly, the rest of the senses take over. Now, how true that is seems to be debated. But in terms of like supernatural stories and in, you know, legend, allegedly, you know, if you're blind but you have your other senses, they strengthen or get better and they compensate, your brain adjusts, and of course it's never going to be equal to being able to see, but for example, as Hyakkimaru did in this episode, he was able to use sound to make up for the fact that he couldn't actually ascertain where the enemy was because all he could see was the fire of his cloud. So he had to change the way in which he operated, and I'm so glad that I realized that's what he was doing when he was throwing the rock. At first I thought he was just sulking, because Hyakkimaru didn't exactly take losing to that insect creature very well. But no, I thought about it, and I was like, no, that's not what he's doing, is it? And yeah, the fact that he was able to both use the rock, then the bow, and, you know, work out where exactly it is that he needs to strike in order to do the most damage, and then Dororo was able to also help him, kind of. Obviously, I know he did kind of lose consciousness for a few seconds, but he was able to help. And I really like the fact that this monster in particular, it was the two of them working together that got them the victory at the end of the day. It wasn't just Hyakkimaru, and it wasn't a crazy plan of Dororo's, it was a combination of both. And I think these two have now gotten to the point where, you know, they rely on each other for their survival, and I think as time goes on, we're going to start seeing a lot of the opponents that they come across, they're going to be working together to defeat. I do find it kind of amusing, though, that almost every demon that they find by accident is one of the demons that gives Hyakkimaru's one of his senses back. And it's kind of like, I don't know if this is like a one series and then that's it, like we're never going to get a season 2, in which case I get it, but at the same time, there's only 11 demons that have stolen your stuff in the anime, before anyone who's read the manga tells me that that's not the case. It's probably quite likely that a number of the demons that you're gonna fight aren't actually going to be related to the deal that your dad made. Now, I'm not entirely sure how many episodes are in Dororo. I thought it was 12, but if it is, there's a lot that I think is still going to happen and hasn't happened yet. So either there's more episodes than I thought there was, and I'll have to check afterwards, or there is definitely going to be a season 2. In fact, I'm going to see how many episodes of Dororo there is.
12 seconds later.
So yeah, it does look like to me that it's only going to be 12 episodes. If anybody knows differently, feel free to let me know. In which case, I don't know, man. They could wrap it up in the handful of episodes that are left, but I also feel like it's going to feel pretty rushed. I don't know. I don't know enough about the story of Dororo and Hyakkimaru for it to be like, is this it? Is once they have the demon essence back, is that the end of the story? Or is this only the beginning? Was that only like the beginning chapters of Dororo in the original manga, the original anime? Because I know there's another anime out there. And yeah, it looks weird. But I'm very excited to see where this show goes. If there could be another season, I would be totally on board with that. I really enjoy Dororo. Dororo and Shield Hero are probably the two I'm enjoying the most of the new season. But in all honesty, every anime that is on, in my opinion, and every anime that started with like the slime and with the new stuff, it's been really good. I think this might be some of the best anime as a whole that has come out for quite a long time. Obviously, I can't watch every single one, and there are some that people tell me that I'm not even watching the best ones, like Bunny Girl Senpai and what's the other one? Anyway, there's a couple of others as well, and people are like, you know, you're not even watching the best ones, and there's new anime that have started whilst it's been happening, and I'm struggling to keep up with all the anime that I'm trying to watch as it is, but you know, maybe when these are all finished, don't think there's that many anime coming that I'm that bothered about. I can go back and catch them up. Be interesting to see. But as for this episode, I was prepared for it to be another sad one, especially when we watched, what's his name, Saru, lose his big sis stroke mama, because he kept changing his mind as to what exactly he called her. That was kind of like, we're back to sadness. Okay, but then it pulled a curveball and actually gave us or gave her back to him. And I was like, I didn't expect that. Like, I really did think that, you know, alright, we freed the village, we saved everybody, and Saru's still alive, but I thought his sis was done for, and it turned out, no. She's actually still alive. Like, she was, digesting, I guess, is the worst way to think about it, but you know what I mean? Like, I was really surprised that she's still intact, and now, you know, they can actually live happily. It's like, okay, so now we've had 2 episodes that have ended happily. That's like, what are they building us up for? Why are we banking all this happiness? What dark, horrible, violent thing is going to happen very soon that we've needed all these happy episodes to brace us for after that horrific episode where, yeah, we won't even go into that, but you know which episode I mean. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't trust the show. It's like, this is too happy. What's this? Where's this going? Come along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Either way, I can't wait for next week's episode. I thoroughly enjoyed this week's. Like I say, I thought the fight scenes were incredible. The surprises with the sound and then giving her back at the end was just like... This show really is so interesting to watch, and I really enjoy it when it gets creative like this, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. If you are, feel free to let me know down in the comments section, and please do leave some likes for the reaction, and if you enjoyed my thoughts at the end of it. I am going to be really sad when Dororo ends, because I don't think it's like any other anime that I've watched. It's really cool. Yes, there are other anime out there that are darker. Yes, there are definitely other anime out there that are gorier and bloodier, but Dororo has kind of like a heart to it and a very interesting story in the background. And yeah, there are other anime out there that you could say that about, but I don't know. There's something about Dororo that I can't put my finger on that I really enjoy and I really connect with. And I think it's just how human they both are. Like, I think that's what it comes down to. They both seem like real people that could have actually existed. And I really like that. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully, I will see you guys in the next one. But obviously, between now and then, there are several other anime videos coming. So if you're new around here, please do feel free to click that subscribe button. Fingers crossed, we will be getting back to posting quite a few different things right now, as I've been able to get through the majority of the recordings today without much issue. So I think I am officially on the mend. So with that good news, all that remains for me to say is that my name is Psycho Gold, and I will see you, yes you, in my next video. Psycho Gold, out.